How's it going, everybody? It's Tyler Feaster with Outdoors in the Bluegrass. If you remember this deer, this is Connor's deer from this year. This is his very first deer, his very first buck, and he's pretty proud of it. So we're going to do a Euro mount. So what we're going to show you is how to boil a deer head and get yourself a Euro mount. The first thing we got to do, we got to skin this thing as clean as possible. I'm not going to show you exactly every step to do that, but start at the nose, work your way up, and start peeling with a knife until you get it all. And all the fur and all the skin and the fat off as much as you possibly can. And then what we'll do after that is we'll prep for boiling, and we'll get to those steps here in a minute. But first, let's get the fur off. We got him skinned. It actually wasn't too bad. It went pretty quick, especially a lot quicker after the video. But let's see, the next stage. We've got our pot ready with some water in it. We're actually going to add a little bit of white vinegar to this, and that is supposed to help the bone turn out more white after the boil. Then the next thing we're going to do after that is we're going to wrap the base of these antlers in saran wrap to help the hot steam, to help prevent the hot steam from fading the color of the antlers as well. So we're going to go light this thing, get the water boiling, dip this head down in it and let it cook for a while, and then we got a little bit more work to do after that, but we're almost there. All right, we're done boiling. About 3.5 hours of a good boil, and we are done. It's right down there on the ground. Don't mind the mess in the garage. It's getting ready to go through a renovation. We redid the inside of the house earlier this year, and we're going to be redoing the inside of this garage, painting walls and redesigning everything, because it's just been 5 years since I've done anything with it, and it's time to make it a little bit nicer, more organized, and more presentable. So anyway, this is done. We're going to let that cool overnight. I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. Its tongue's going to fall out, jaw's going to fall off. It's going to be all kinds of craziness. But that's the next hard part, is getting this thing cleaned up. We'll let that cool off tonight, and we'll show you tomorrow exactly what happens when you go start cleaning this in, get the brains out and all the stuff through the nasal passages. It's something else. We'll get it done, wrap it up tomorrow, and then you can do your next at-home how-to-do-it-yourself Euro mount. We're getting there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's cooked and cooled. It's time to start getting all the nastiness off of it. It is windier than a sunbeaver out here today. We gotta take this thing. I take the jaw off just because it hangs and looks better. Some people find a way to leave the jaw on. I don't know if they use glue or if they just do it the right way. I don't know. Anyway, we take the jaw off. We're gonna get all of the cooked eyeballs and guts and nasal passage fluids and brains and everything, tongue, clean bone is what we're going to leave with. We're going to use our Eastman Outdoors knife that we use to actually field dress with to clean this thing up, and getting the brains out is one of the toughest parts, but we have a way of doing it. We take an old arrow and we just jab it to death until it all comes out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, it makes quite a mess cleaning up a boiled deer head. But we're getting close. We're getting real close. So what we did here, I didn't want to bore you with everything, is basically what we have done is after boiling, we let it cool. We took the saran wrap off the antlers, and we pulled the jaw away, pulled the tongue out, and started pulling away as much meat as we could. All the fat and stuff that kind of clings a little bit harder, we took a wire brush to it and our fillet knife to kind of get it off a little bit more. Now we've got to work more on getting the innards taken care of. So that's what we're going to work on next. So let me finish up these innards, and we'll get right back to you. Alrighty. We got all the meat off, all the skin off, all the insides, nasal passages and brains are cleared out. Now what we're going to do to finish this one off is we're going to brush it a little bit more with a wire brush, get it cleaned up just real good. We're going to do some Dawn soap and water to get all the oil off of it. And then we're actually going to make this have like more of a cowboy look with some burnt areas around the eye and so forth. and then we'll be done. So let's get to that real quick before this rain gets really going. All right, we're done. How cool does that look? That's pretty awesome, isn't it? I'm pretty happy with it. I think Connor will be too. The only thing we got to do now is clean up the antlers. They still got a little bit of blood on them. We're going to polyurethane those to make them look real shiny and darken them up a little bit and preserve them for a long time. And we'll get this sucker hanged up on the wall. That is how you boil a deer head. That is awesome looking. It makes me go watch some Yellowstone. All right, that's it, guys. That is how we are showing you how to boil a deer head and get you a nice Euro mount. A little bit of work, but it's well worth it, and it's something you did on your own. This is Tyler Feast with Outdoors in the Bluegrass. It's time to boil a deer head.